Hello ladies and gentlemen, it's JQ here, and today we're doing some Guild Wars 2 PvP. This video has been kind of a long time coming because I've been practicing for an upcoming tournament in Elite Dangerous, and I've kind of been slacking on my Guild Wars 2 videos and my videos in general because of my practice, so I apologize for that. Anyway, I want to start out here by outlining what exactly my PvP build is. Now, this build is very similar to my World v World build, except it's done with the PvP gear, obviously. I've got air and blood and fire and blood on my weapons for sigils. These are all, sword, pistol, and staff. I sometimes also switch to short bow, depending on what map it is, because the staff is great for area damage and everything, but the short bow is really good for mobility on certain maps, like Forest of Niflhel, when I gotta go steal the beast, and you can't switch weapons once you're in, so you got to make sure you got your right choices on in the beginning. I rock Runes of the Daredevil because of the power and toughness. The guaranteed crit is nice, but it's not actually super necessary, but the power and toughness is nice. I might switch to a different rune set later, but these are what I'm using right now. I wanted to try them out because they're new. I'm using the Marauder Amulet. Tried Zerker at first, but Zerker... I got out of Zerker before I even made this video. I got out of Zerker after the last video I made for PvP and went to Marauder. It's just, honestly, I think it's better because you can still squish the Zerker people pretty quick, and it gives you a little more survivability for sparring with more bruisey kind of characters that can take a few hits before they go down. Let's see what else we got. Specializations. I am rocking Trickery, Acrobatics, and Daredevil. I want Thrill of the Crime, Bountiful Theft, and Sleight of Hand. Now, obviously, it's for the boons here, and the boon steal, the vigor, the fury, might, swiftness. That's always nice, and it gives it to allies. That's great. I also have considered using flanking strikes for the haste, because it's got that. I might actually try that, but either one of these is good. This one, not so much, because honestly, I mean, if you want to use the cripple, yeah, it's great, but you're not running Condi damage in this build. If you're using the same exact one as me anyway. You could tweak it for Condi. You could do it. Dismiss. Alright, in Acrobatics, you want Pain Response. Hard to catch and don't stop. This is to remove some Condis and to get some regen. This is to remove CC, which is great. And the last one, Don't Stop, is so that you can continue to move. It reduces chill effectiveness and cripple effectiveness and such, and changes the mobilize to cripple every now and then. It's very good. So this build is very hard to CC. Down here in the Daredevil tree, we've got Havoc Mastery, Pulmonary Impact, and Dash. And the reason for that is this just does more damage. Yeah, you can also go with Weakening Strikes. So that's like a really personal choice. I like this one because I gotta stay really close to people for most of my damage. Pulmonary Impact is good because of how many CCs you have on this build. Your steel is a CC, your pistol is a CC, your headshot is a CC. You've got a lot of CC to move around here. Even your out of stealth attack with sword from behind is a CC, and if you interrupt, you get, a stack of Pulmonary Impact, which does unblockable true damage to enemies. And then you've got Dash, which is for breaking stuns, removing cripple and chill, and gaining swiftness. Again, this build is very hard to CC. So you're going to see why I use this probably here. You're going to hopefully enjoy it. Today I'm actually going to try to use Haste instead. I'm gonna make that little modification. But this is the same as my World v World build, except in World v World I am running full Zerker, and I also have Scholar Runes, but that's because of the raid. I'm wearing Scholar Runes for raiding, not for player.
Let's start soon. Last chance to nail down your strategy.
Alright, let's rock.
Remember, the only way you'll
Jesus, it's
prevail
loud.
is
Why
to
is it so
slay
loud?
our
Oh,
enemy's
Jesus,
lord.
okay. There we go. Give me some game music. Alright, so. Oh, yep. He'll live, but that's okay. I forgot to put my supply in the thing because I was busy talking. So, you might also be asking why I'm playing Stronghold instead of Conquest. It's because I just like Stronghold more. I'm so bored of Conquest. I'm so bored. That's why I haven't gotten past Emerald in PvP, is because I've been so bored of PvP in general.
The enemy's through our outer gate.
Okay, well that can't happen. I'm gonna have to go and deal with this. The damage is fucking nuts on this build, though. I mean, it's not like as insane as my previous build, but the survivability factor allows me to put out more damage overall because I live longer in large fights. And it works very well in Zerg fights, too, if you're interested in that kind of worldly world. Because you can run at the front of a Zerg with your staff, if you're running staff on Daredevil, and you can use your 5 skill, which is the leap, and the leap can hit up to what, 5 targets? 5 targets? Yeah. And it does a ton of damage. It can crit for like 10-12k in Zerker gear. More if you've got might. It's disgusting. You can just watch people fall over on you, and their backline, oh god.
I feel mist essence nearby. With that, we can summon a hero to our cause.
You don't want to fight me. You don't even want to begin to fight me. Here, have some of your own, bullshit. Oh man. But as you can see, because of the traits and skills that I've carried over from the last build, I am still very able to spar in groups of people and not die because of the lifesteal. Okay.
I'll have to
move
finish
back over
this.
here and take out these archers. We could use some more door breakers, I think. So I've been thinking about doing a podcast. I've been thinking about it. You know, while I'm sitting here talking to you guys, may as well run it by you. I'm thinking about actually doing something besides just gaming videos because I'm apparently funny, and people think that I'm funny, and they like listening to me talk about things that I make humorous. So maybe I should do that. I'm not sure how, or how to start. I've been hearing it a lot at work from customers and stuff since I've been working there, that I should be a broadcaster and stuff like that, so I don't know. It's a very nice compliment, I'm just not sure how. I'm gonna give it a shot. We're gonna see what comes out of it. I usually need, somebody else around, a plucky co-host, if you will, to bounce my, particular humor off of. So I'm wondering where I'm going to find somebody for that. I'll see if any of my friends might want to try it out with me.
Help! I don't have long.
Ooh.
There's mist essence somewhere close by. Seize it
No, that
before
was
the enemy
dumb.
can.
That was really dumb. I'm sure you thought that was a good idea, but that was not a good idea. That was also not a good idea. Well,
With their
I
inner
bet
gate
you
down, we have
thought
our
you would
chance
get
to
away.
end this battle. Strike down their lord.
Wow, this is gonna be quick.
They're at our inner gate now. Repel them.
Where am I on the score? At the top, as it should be.
They're at our inner gate now. Repel them.
Boom, it's over.
You have all done well.
Game.
Our town can know peace thanks to your bravery.
I got a little pip.
They've made it through to us. Knights,
Well,
invulnerable.
it's too late now. Game over. And that is how we do it. Am I still on top? I'm still on top. So anyway, this build is very good for surviving in small and large group fights. It's very good for dishing out damage. I've been considering going Marauder for World v World, but the only reason I have not is because of the raid. Because honestly, for the min-maxing of the raid, I have to be running Zerker gear to do max DPS in the raid. And my raid build for traits is different, and I'm going to show you what my raid build is now, because you know what my World v World build is, you know what my PvP build is. It's this, just with some tweaks. The sigils, by the way, that I'm using for the World v World build are not air and blood and fire and blood. They are air and stamina and fire and stamina. Fire isn't the staff just because I had it lying around. Honestly, blood might be better. I'm not entirely sure on that. Don't quote me on it, because fire got kind of nerfed. However, I still like it. I don't see much of a problem with it because I do so much damage anyway. Whatever, it doesn't fucking matter. But the reason I run stamina, usually, is so in a Zerg fight, if something dies that I have a tag on, I get full stamina. And you've got 3 dodges as it is on Daredevil. So every time someone dies, you get 3 more dodges. Plus, the Signet of Agility gives you 2 more dodges when you pop that if you really need them desperately. So it's kind of a, you know, just evasion build. And it's not as pure evasion as it could be, because I'm not using, you know, short bow, sword, dagger. But it's a good balance between making your enemies angry because they can't hit you and making them angry because they're dead, which is what I kind of like to do. Now, the raid build is different. On the raid build, I don't run a stamina sigil on my weapons. I run, what is it? It's on my weapons right now, actually. I run the nullification sigil, because I get sent to the blue boss on split, and I have to strip its boon that makes it immune to damage. Usually the most effective way to do that is with Mesmers, but they want me to have those runes just in case, I guess, so that's why I have them. Or those sigils. Sorry. But the raid build is this. It's the same trait lines. Well, no, it's not. Hold on. I will just show you. Because I'm not going to script my PvP build by moving it all around. So give me 1 second. I keep forgetting that there's the builds actually change now for the different areas of the game that you're standing in. Okay. So the raid build is this. It's Trickery, Critical Strikes, Daredevil. And I run this particular setup. This is my PvE build. All the same stuff right here. This is my regular PvE. Now, Raid is different than the PvE build. In Raid, I don't take Shadow Step. I take Fist Flurry. I don't take Shadow Refuge. I take Assassin's Signet for more power. And I don't take Dagger Storm, I take Impact Strike, because that's max DPS right there. As far as I'm concerned, I mean, we've run the numbers, it's really high DPS. Even though people are saying that a lot of people think that Thief is not good in raids, honestly, nobody should be being outed from raids because of their class. There are videos up of 5 people beating the raid, or beating the first boss in the raid. There is no reason anybody should not be able to do it with 10, okay? So if there is a problem in a raid and you're failing it repeatedly, it is not because people are not running the right classes, it's because there's a problem with gear and communication. That's just my opinion. Yes, will the correct classes and min-maxed comps make it easier? Yes, absolutely. But you shouldn't need them if 5 people can do it. Okay. Now, critical strikes. I take flawless strikes, practice tolerance, and I move invigorating precision. I don't take that. I take no quarter instead. And the reason I take no quarter instead is because it gives me fury, or it doesn't give me fury, but it increases the duration of fury. Which means once I get fury during the fight, I can pretty much keep it up on myself the entire time. If I'm with a group that has enough fury so I don't need that, I just go back to invigorating precision so I can just heal everything. I take haste, and I take trickster. Why do I take haste and trickster? Well, haste is a trick, so when it pops, trickster gives it a reduced cooldown. That's the only reason why. I don't worry about conditions in that fight. I'm worried about being able to pop this as much as possible. This would be great, except it doesn't always take the right boon off of blue guy, and it's got a longer cooldown. So, because it's on your steel, and your steel's already at 20 and 3/4 second cooldown, so you got to think about that when it comes to the boon strip. And this one is nothing because I'm not using, obviously, condition. And I leave sleight of hand for CC on break bars and stuff. Now, over here in Daredevil, I do take Havoc Mastery for increased damage because you want to have max DPS. He's gonna already have 25 stacks of weakness almost, or not 25 stacks, but he's gonna have weakness almost all the time because of the other members of your raid group anyway. And I don't take Pulmonary Impact because you can't interrupt him, so I take Staff Master instead. And the reason for that is I use Staff the entire time during the boss fight. I don't use Sword Pistol unless I am breaking a break bar. Staff Master gets you a damage increase of 10% when you are wielding a staff and you don't have full endurance, which you will never have because you're not going to be taking dash, you're going to be taking Bounding Dodger. So you take Bounding Dodger, you use the dodge 3-4 times, whatever you need to use it for, to land on the guy and do damage. That can crit for about upwards of 10-11k per dodge landing on him, more with might. And having the Bounding Dodger trait buff after the dodge gives you 10% increased damage for 4 seconds, on top of the 10% increased damage you get for having not full stamina while using staff. So you're looking at a 20% damage increase while you have the Bounding Dodger buff when you're using the staff. And then you've got Fist Flurry, Palm Strike, Impact Strike. This is also good for break bars because the initial strike is a CC, it's a daze. But aside from that, this is what I consider to be really good for pure damage DPS on the at least the first raid boss. The second guy, I mean, he's honestly, in my opinion, not as hard as the first guy, but that's just my opinion and my experience from what we've been through in raids so far. Anyway, those are my builds. I hope you guys get something out of them. If you have any comments about them or suggestions, please leave them in the comments below. I'm always up for changing my build or improving on my build based on suggestions of others. I mean, just today I decided to take haste in PvP instead of Thrill of the Crime. So, please, don't be afraid to leave them, and I will see you guys in the next video. Later!